Hey everybody, this is Maisie. Maisie was cold, weren't you, when it got down to about -4. This thing was shivering like crazy, but everybody made it through. We're okay. I'm going from this power pole here, and I'm going to run all the way to over here. The only other line I want to watch out for would be, obviously, I have my well right here, and I know I got a spigot that runs right out here. So guarantee there's a water line in here somewhere. I just don't know how deep it is. I know at the spigot it's about 4 feet, but you know, my luck, it'll be 6 inches under the ground. I'm gonna smack it with the backhoe. But so when it comes to this spot, that's really the only thing I'm really concerned about. And then everything else, we're just gonna get that trench down to about 18 inches all the way. Okay, so the string didn't work. So we're gonna have to just try and do a straight line by the old visual. We'll see what happens. Right to the barn. Believe it or not, this is the second time I've dug a trench. Now some of you watching might be like, oh, we believe it. To you I say, I got out here yesterday with the backhoe and I couldn't get that bucket into the ground barely at all. So I go down to rent a trencher today and the guy at the trenching place goes, oh yeah, no, it's way too cold. And you know, unless you have a huge earth mover, that's not gonna happen. And so there you go again. So right tool for the right job. But now I'm ready to get the actual cable from the actual wire from the pole and now into the ground and over to the barn so we can get our plugs set up. One of the interesting things about this new lifestyle I'm trying to live and trying to learn here on the ranch is the different perspective that you have to have, right? The old me, the guy who lived in California, he just hired everybody, right? I would sign the checks or I would swipe the card. And I could still do that now. I could bring in general contractors. I could bring in anybody I wanted to come in, do all the different work on the ranch that I need. I could get it all done with the animals. I could get everything set up exactly the way I want, and it would be faster and probably better than what I'm able to do. But here's the thing, I would be equally as dumb at the end of the job as I was at the beginning. And I don't want to be dumb anymore. I don't want to be dumb to this lifestyle any longer. My whole life, I've lived in kind of suburbia and you just kind of, you know, just did your thing. I don't want that anymore. What does that mean? Well, it's gonna take longer and you're probably not gonna do it as good. And I'm gonna break stuff, and that's okay. That's okay, because I'm learning, and I think that you start to view life totally differently. I've already noticed, we're only a couple years in, I've already noticed how different my family interacts with each other, how we interact with the land, how we view animals, and how we kind of take care and manage everything, right? And that's the biblical model. The biblical model is, right out of Genesis, you express dominion. Now I'm having talks with my sons to say, go out there and express dominion, right? This property wants to be taken back over. It constantly wants to fall into chaos, and we can't let that. We're gonna manage God's property well to the best of our ability, and our ability isn't as good as other people, and that's okay. But the fruit on the other end of that, the treasure that we're finding, far surpasses anything that we have been able to do in the past, and we are so excited. We're so excited about the future and what God's already doing. I have a feeling there is much more in store.